I want to go to something that I reckon is really disturbing. You know, I often think when we talk about Big Brother, if you ever read Aldous Huxley or George Orwell, you're always worried about this big government was going to be watching us all the time. But we seem to give up so much on social media about ourselves. We create basically a self-imposed Big Brother, if you like. And now it turns out that at Kmart and Bunnings, not only is the video camera there to try and catch anybody stealing, but if you read the fine print on this sign that they display on the corner outside the shop that no one would look at, it actually tells you that there is facial recognition technology being used. So they're looking to recognise who's coming into the store at any time, Justin, and, you know, that might be the shoplifter, or maybe this is Justin Smith. He always goes straight for the red meat section. I don't know what they would use this for, but it's a worry, isn't it?
Well, it's exactly what you just said is the problem, that you don't know what they're going to use it for. Now, if they were using it just for security reasons, well, that'd be fine. Just don't nick stuff and everything will be fine. But you don't know what they can use it for. And we've said, look, I'm not slagging off at Kmart or Bunnings here, but we have seen businesses in the past, particularly some of these social media organisations, that have used our private details for some things that we really would rather that they didn't. So I'd say to hell with fine print. We've got to start, if we're going to do these things, we've got to spell out to people exactly what we're doing and why we're doing it.
Yeah, there's no end to this stuff, Liz. I mean, we all facial recognition on our phone that gets into secure accounts. If they're doing this in supermarkets, how long till you end up like China where they do this on the streets? I mean, when are people going to push back against this sort of illiberal spying on all of us?
Well, I feel like people have been cut out at the knees here, Chris, because we just keep finding out that it's being done anyway. Things like facial recognition technology, we're always talking about China, but to find out it's here, it's happening in everyday places like Kmart and Bunnings, for crying out loud. I mean, people are just flummoxed by this. It was only 10 days ago that it hit the headlines that Premier Dan Andrews in Victoria, as his Insights Australia, gathering data from social media, from credit card transactions by Victorians. We seem to be finding out about it after the fact. And the problem is we don't seem to have, that I'm aware of, any legislation clamping down on this kind of, so if I'm a business, can I just set one of these up and monitor and surveil my entire store if I want to? Kind of had the same issue with drones when they were first introduced into Australia, and we were like, hang on a minute, we can't just have any old Joe Blog flying these around, spying on people's backyards and beach scenes and you name it. This isn't okay. We need government to step in and do something about it. And when it comes to Kmart and Bunnings, it's hard to imagine how on earth such surveillance is justified.